Apple just did something they have never done before. The iPhone 17 Pro Max outlasted every Android flagship in the world, including phones with batteries 600 mAh larger than its own. Let that sink in. A smaller battery, more hours, first place. And that is not even the most interesting thing about this phone. There is a design change on the back of this device that is so polarizing, Reddit has been fighting about it for 6 straight months. Some people love it. Some people say it looks like a mistake. By the end of this video, you will know which side is right, and you will know something about this phone that almost nobody is talking about. So here is what we are covering. The full unboxing experience. The real design and feel in your hand. The display. The A19 Pro performance. That triple 48 megapixel camera system. The battery numbers. The actual tested numbers, not Apple's marketing numbers. The price, where to find it cheaper than retail, and the one storage tier you should absolutely not buy. Right now. Let's go. When you pull this phone out of the box, the first thing you notice is the camera system on the back. And the reaction is always the same. It is not a square bump anymore. Apple redesigned the entire rear panel. There is now a raised horizontal plateau that stretches nearly the full width of the top third of the phone. It houses the cameras, the processor components, the antenna. It is a completely new look for iPhone. Whether you find it striking or a little aggressive depends entirely on your taste. On Reddit, I pulled up threads with over 800 comments going back and forth on this. The verdict? People who see it in person almost always come around to it. Photos do not do it justice. The frame is aluminum this time. Last year was titanium. I know what you are thinking, that is a downgrade. It is not. The iPhone 17 Pro Max uses a unibody aluminum chassis, one continuous piece of material, and it also adds a vapor chamber for the first time. That vapor chamber pulls heat away from the A19 Pro chip and the battery and disperses it through the entire body. The result is that overheating during long video shoots, which was a real complaint about the 16 Pro Max, is dramatically reduced. So yes, titanium looks great on a spec sheet. But aluminum here is actually doing more work. The weight comes in at 227 grams. The display is 6.9 inches, same as last year. The 3 colors are cosmic orange, deep blue, and silver. That orange went out of stock within 48 hours of launch. Apple clearly underestimated demand for that one. In the hand, real owners on Amazon are describing it as feeling more premium than the 16 Pro Max, which sounds impossible, but the unibody construction makes both sides of the phone feel almost identical. The aluminum back flows into the aluminum frame without a noticeable seam. One verified buyer with over 200 helpful votes put it this way. They picked it up and immediately felt like they had been holding it wrong before. The display is a 6.9-inch Super Retina XDR OLED. 120 Hz per motion. Peak brightness of 3000 nits. It now has a new anti-reflective coating that is a genuine improvement for outdoor use. I pulled up the Notebook Check review and they specifically tested display visibility in direct sunlight and ranked it among the best they have ever tested. Numbers matter here. 3000 nits of peak brightness means reading a screen in full Florida summer sun with no squinting, no tilting, no struggle. That has been a real pain point for a lot of people, and this display solves it. Under the hood is the A19 Pro chip. 12 gigabytes of RAM. On Geekbench 6, right here on the benchmark database, the iPhone 17 Pro Max posts a single-core score that beats the Snapdragon 8 Elite in the Galaxy S25 Ultra outright. Multi-core is essentially a tie. But in real-world daily use, opening apps, multitasking, video editing on device, the A19 Pro feels faster because of how iOS manages that RAM. There is no lag. None. Apps open instantly. The phone never gets confused about what you were doing 3 apps ago. The new vapor chamber also means sustained performance. Gaming for an hour does not throttle the chip. That was a problem with previous generations. It is not a problem here. Storage goes from 256 gigabytes all the way up to 2 terabytes. That is a first for iPhone, ever. Here is my strong recommendation. Do not buy the 512 gigabyte tier. The price jump from $256 to $512 is $200. The jump from $512 to 1 terabyte is also $200. So you are paying the same premium for an extra 488 gigabytes of storage either way. The 1 terabyte model is the better value if you need space. The 256 gigabyte base is fine for most people. The 512 is the one tier that makes the least mathematical sense. Now the camera. This is why most people are actually considering this phone. All 3 rear cameras are now 48 megapixels, ultra-wide. Telephoto. That is the first time in iPhone history that all 3 lenses have matched resolution. The wide camera captures more light than the 16 Pro Max. The ultra-wide now produces sharper macro shots. But the telephoto is the real story. Apple changed the telephoto from a 5x optical zoom to an 8x optical zoom this generation. That is not a small jump. 5x to 8x is a 60% increase in reach. I pulled up GSM Arena's camera comparison tool and put the 17 Pro Max telephoto sample next to the 16 Pro Max at the same distance. The 17 Pro Max is pulling in subjects from across the street with optical quality sharpness. The 16 Pro Max at the same distance looks like a digital crop in comparison. Reddit photographers are already calling this the most practical telephoto upgrade Apple has ever shipped. One post in the iPhone subreddit with over 1,200 upvotes said the 8x lens changed how they photograph their kids at school events. No more blurry sideline shots. No more cropping and losing resolution. Just clean, sharp, reaches across the room telephoto. The front camera is also new. 18 megapixels. Center stage. Square sensor. What that means practically is that if you rotate the phone to landscape while on a FaceTime or video call, the camera adjusts the framing without rotating the image. It sounds like a small thing until you use it and realize how many times you have fumbled with the phone during a call trying to get the angle right. The new dual capture mode lets you record video from both the front and rear cameras simultaneously. 1 take, 2 angles. Content creators have been asking for this for years. It is finally here. Here is my bold take, and I know this is going to get some pushback in the comments. The iPhone 17 Pro Max has a better camera system than any camera phone Sony, Google, or Samsung makes right now in 2025. Not in every single situation. Samsung still edges it out in some extreme zoom scenarios past 8x. But for real-world shooting, portraits, low light, video, telephoto in the 1 to 8x range, nothing else touches it. I have looked at hundreds of comparison samples, and that is my honest assessment. If you want me to keep doing this deep testing, hit subscribe. I test one major device every week, I spend real time with it, and I tell you exactly what I found, good and bad. That is the deal. Now, battery. This is where the numbers get genuinely shocking. The iPhone 17 Pro Max has a 4,823 mAh battery. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has a 5,000 mAh battery. Notebook Check recorded 29 hours of continuous battery life testing. CNN ran their 4K looping video test and got 21 hours and 44 minutes. For real-world mixed use, calls, browsing, camera, social media, this phone gets through 2 full days. Heavy users, 1.5 days. Constant 5G streaming and GPS, around 14 hours screen on time. Fast charging hits 50% in 25 minutes with a 40-watt adapter. Full charge in about 90 minutes. MagSafe wireless charging is also improved this generation. Now price. Where to actually buy this? The iPhone 17 Pro Max starts at $1,199 for 256 gigabytes. I pulled up Apple.com right now, that is the official price. No change from last year's starting price despite the upgrades. 512 gigabytes is $1,399. 1 terabyte is $1,599. And the new 2 terabyte model, Apple's first ever 2 terabyte iPhone, sits at $1,999. So who should actually buy this phone? If you are on an iPhone 14 Pro Max or older, this is one of the most compelling upgrade cases Apple has made in years. You are getting a dramatically better camera, a completely new chip, double or more the battery life, and a design that actually feels new. This is the upgrade. The A19 Pro chip has nothing it cannot handle. If I am scoring this, it is a 9.2 out of 10. The only thing holding it back from a perfect score is the lack of an inbox charger and the price of the higher storage tiers. But the phone itself is exceptional. Buy it if you are on an iPhone 14 or older, or if camera and battery matter more to you than anything else in a phone. There is something happening right now that Apple has not talked about publicly, a specific hardware capability in the A19 Pro chip that is currently locked behind a software update that has not shipped yet. When that update drops, it is going to change what this phone can do in a way that the competition will not be able to match until 2027. I have been tracking this for 3 weeks and the picture is starting to come together. That is what the next video is going to be about.